So we'll unhook Millie before you do that.
So it's not a scene out of Vacation?
No animals have been harmed.
In the making of this video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Except for maybe that. The new camper, it has a bigger kitchen. Yeah, that would be nice. They should, and then you press the button and it pops up. Hello.
That's why we need a little bit more space, but not a whole lot, because we're utilizing pretty much every square inch. Even the dog is its own bed. Which even the dog is glamping.
We have a dog dad who's likes his...
You did it.
But with 4 people and 4 dogs coming in from the rain, totally unexpected, we still have plenty of space to maneuver.
Everybody else was here.
So we're going to be firing up the Blackstone and doing our morning breakfast, which is a beautiful morning for that. It's crisp mountain air. It's 57 degrees.
The aftermath of the rainstorm.
Pretty good storm. But we weathered the Carter Lake storm of 2019.
Oh my God, what is that thing? The hell?
I don't know, let's check it out.
Well, next time we need to leave the top on here.
He's ready to do something. He's burrowing in. Always worth hearing the sound again of sizzling bacon on a camping morning. Nothing quite like it. If there's smell-o-vision, you could actually smell what we're smelling.
Maybe there's a little bag right here, because that's all we have.
Okay, little trash bag.
Clean. Pick them up and clean again. That'd be great.
All right, over medium eggs are done. Scrambled eggs cooking.
Oh no.
Ham is cooking.
Oh, Dad's got a baby.
Should be ready here in just a bit.
Hey, everybody.
Everybody's joining us for breakfast. Everybody,
Hello.
say hi to Michael, Emily, and Trish.
Hello.
Trish.
Emily and Trish.
Emily, Michael, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
Dog walking time.
Hi, we're gonna go for a little trail walk, we think.
We think?
Try a hike.
All right, let's try it.
Comfortable with my t-shirt. What's up, dude?
Oh, gosh.
My t-shirt.
Millie's on the paddleboard with Chris. This will be interesting. He's going over.
Chris is in. Got it on camera.
Tornadoes today.
Oh no.
Shirts ready?
Something on it up there. A fly.
Fly.
He'll move.
It's here, I'm gonna, it's caught right here.
Well, I think the mattress is caught.
Okay, watch your fingers. All right, we're gonna go inside and I'm gonna check and see if the mattress is not, there I am, if the mattress is stuck. We'll be back.
So during our little trip here to Carter Lake, we've been using these paddle boards which you've seen all of us on. And these are Tower paddleboards, Tower. And what's beneficial for us is they inflate, which we use the electric pump for that you saw earlier. And then they just roll up and fit in these backpacks. And if you need to, you can just put them on like a regular backpack and haul them over your shoulder. Or what we did earlier is we hauled them up to our little area on our wagon. But they don't take up a lot of space as opposed to regular hard boards that would be sticking out of our truck while we travel. So we actually love these. Trish found these Tower paddleboards on the website a few years ago after they were featured on the TV show Shark Tank. And they have been great for us. Great play toys. Don't take up a lot of space. You can store them easily in your garage. And they travel really, really well. So towerpaddleboards.com. Here we are, Saturday evening, last night here. Check out tomorrow. Pretty much all packed. That's the nice thing about having a hard-sided trailer like this, is it's all packed. With our pop-up, we had to pack everything the day we left.
Yes.
But everything's pretty much ready to go. And we're just enjoying a fire, Trish and I by ourselves. Everyone else is gone. Millie called it quits about 5 minutes ago. She went down and stood by the door of the trailer, and she's in there. Jackson's still out with us, but not for much longer. She's looking at bugs right now, like a Pixar movie or something. Any lessons learned from this trip?
Well, just be careful where we're putting the paddle boards in when we're going in the lake. We encountered some rocks, so Chris has a war wound on that. So we have found some other locations that are much easier and safer. All in all, we had a great trip. What about you?
We brought Millie and Jackson out of the water yesterday at our little day campsite. What do they call it? Day use site. And took them onto the hot roadway, which is kind of a dirt gravel road, and their little paws burned. And I think they're finally better now, but last night they were limping a little bit and we weren't quite sure.
Jackson, more so than...
There's a mixture of exhaustion and water, and they're not in the best shape because they're indoor dogs at our house. So when we bring them out here,
Okay,
this
what's
is...
going on?
You got some ash going. It's Ash Saturday. So maybe little booties for that, or just not walk them on the hot surface, bring the truck over. Didn't know until it happened. Another lesson was our front hybrid. Make sure that opens at home before we leave on a trip. Open all the beds, because that suction was so tight we didn't get to use the bed the first night. We had to use a side bed.
But we are actually finding that we like the side bed better.
It is, because it only gets the sun half the day, and then when the sun comes over the trailer, on the west side, which is where we're at now, then the bed doesn't get that. Now if the bed was flipped, if the trailer was flipped, then that would get the sun the second half of the day, and it'd be too hot to be in, so lesson learned there. But we were just talking a few minutes ago that we used everything we brought. We were talking that we're traveling smarter now, that we don't pack quite as much or overpack and use stuff we don't, or pack stuff we don't use. Everything in the back of the truck except for our cornhole game, which doesn't take up much room, we used to this trip. And that's kind of a sign of 4 years doing this now, that we've gotten it down to the basics of what we need. We don't take too much more, and that's how we pack.
And now that we're eating healthy, we're not bringing as much food either, which we're finding, that there's more storage space in the pantry and also the refrigerator, because we're not bringing a lot of junk. The kids ate dinner with us last night, and they were saying, wow, what a difference the meal was compared to what we've done in the past. So that was really nice. They're very health conscious also. So.
Well, Emily's a NFL cheerleader, so she's in training, because this is now July, 4th of July weekend, and her game starts in a few weeks.
Preseason.
Actually, she's at the Hall of Fame game. Which
that's right.
Denver Broncos are in the Hall of Fame game on August 1st. So her first game is actually coming up. That kicks off the season at the Hall of Fame. And Trish and I were also talking a little bit ago that everything in the back of my pickup truck now can get wet. If we get a cloudburst or driving home tomorrow, we don't need to cover it. Our Blackstone does have a cover, but we'll probably put that in the travel trailer. And we're just thinking long term, if we ever need to take our generator, how are we going to pack that? And in our mind, we mentally move some things around. This Coleman Easy Up has been a lifesaver because it goes up quick and comes down quick. Our last Easy Ups in windstorms like last night were too hard to put down and take apart. So this Easy Up has been a lifesaver.
Yeah, by Coleman, so we highly recommend it.
And if I can figure out how to do it, I'll put the link at the bottom of this video. But this is our first vlog of this nature, but I'll try to figure out how to do the link for you. And we talked a few minutes ago, do we want to pack up and go home and have all day tomorrow to relax and unwind and clean Buell out, or do we want to stay a night? And first thing is we paid for it. Second thing is it's camping. We got a fire and it's just us, and we're going to enjoy this last night and share it with you. Well, not all of it, but most of it. So we're going to enjoy the rest of this fire now and finish up a little bit later when something significant happens.
Which might not be much at all for us to the evening.
Depends on what you consider significant. Her falling down or getting tangled in a dog leash or a bear attack. You know, we'll be YouTubing that for you. Sunday morning, we're getting ready to pack up. Actually, we started packing up. All the beds are in now. Straightening up the inside so we can get the slide in. One last thing that I start to do here is check our water levels, because we're going to be dumping here in a minute. So going over here to the control panel. Looking at the control panel, our battery is fully charged. We actually have a third left of our fresh water. Our black tank is only a third full, but our gray tank, which would be our shower and our sinks, is full. But since we have a third full of fresh water, what I like to do is I go into the bathroom and then I'm going to turn the shower on and I fill our gray water tank. I'm going to fill our gray water tank, or I'm sorry, our black water tank, and that'll flush out a little bit more of anything that's down there. Any of the nasty or any of the toilet paper might be on the sensors, and then it just kind of uses up our water too. That just gives us a little bit more water than what the toilet flushing did and whatever our number one did. Just a little more flush, and then driving to the dump station, which is actually at the entrance to the park, it'll slosh around in the tanks a little bit, act as an agitator, and mix it all up, and then hopefully it'll just flush right out and you won't have anything left on your sides. So I've used a little bit of the water to flush the toilet and all the gunk down into our tanks, and then I kind of do a reverse check from there back to the panel. So now the shower is secure, the water is off, head is hung back up, and getting ready for travel. We want to make sure that our shower doors are closed and locked. Toilet lid is down. I also make sure that our vent cover is closed and the fan is off. The light is off. Cabinets are closed so nothing's going to fall out. Sinks are off there. And then one thing I want to make sure I do before we leave, so I do it now because I go backwards, is I just turn the water pump off. So all pumps and heaters are off, Wi-Fi is off, awning lights are off, porch lights off. Our interior lights are still on, and we'll hit that as we go out. We're going to be getting ready to put in the slide here in a minute. So a couple of things we do before the slide comes in as a quality check is any obstacles that are in its way. So
big animals right at the moment.
So the radio's off because once the slide's in, it covers over to here. So the radio's off. Make sure that the TV is pushed back into its bracket, otherwise it vibrates all over the place, or it can get caught on the slide. The entertainment drawer is closed. The storage door down there is closed. We don't have anything plugged into the outlet down here. And then there's nothing that's going to be in the way of the slide here, except maybe our hats, but they're okay. We can get to this once the slide's in, but we close the blinds just so we don't get any heat or sun damage inside when it's stored. Any sun damage will happen to the shades, not to the cushions or to the dinette set. So the slide will be ready to come in. We'll move these rugs that the dogs are on, as well as the laundry over there. And that way the slide will be in, all safe and sound. Okay, you ready for the slide to come in?
I think so. Oh, yeah.
Everything's clear there. If it's not, we're gonna know when we start moving the slide.
No, I go.
So I put red here to tell us don't ever push this. If we think it's the awning, the blue is good, we can push that. That's the awning and out, but I put red here just to double check ourselves. So slide in, and we're gonna in rare instances, we would want to gone outside to make sure our shoreline cord isn't caught on the slide, but I know it's not because it went underneath. We've been here enough days that I was able to see where the cord was. So the slide's almost in. And we're in. So the slide's in. Trish and the dogs are out. We're going to do one last quick check in here for making sure that it's travel worthy. So just to do that, fridge is closed. All the drawers are closed. This vacuum would probably tip over, so we just don't want to break the vacuum. Everything's properly secured up there. These lights are not on the master switch. You just tap them here, so they're off. Again, the bathroom door's shut, pantry is shut. You wouldn't want all this stuff to fly out like a Lucille ball on a long trailer. Again, this is on. Everything up here is closed. Microwave's closed. We've stored our little thermometer. Everything's closed here. Oven's closed. As I said before, you can't get to the radio very well or anything else when this is closed, so we're good there. All cabinets closed. The last vent, which is forward of the trailer, is closed and off. Those are closed. This light's off. Everything is properly secured there. I'll take my bag out to the truck. One last check, is the water heater off, and now we can turn our master lights off. So we're pretty much done in here, at least roadworthy. And now we're going to go out and double check everything on the outside. Okay, Trisha's going to get us ready to go home. She's going to pull out the entire extension cord because we will need all of the cord.
I need my little girly gloves.
She gets her gloves and the drill.
Are these mine or yours?
Those are yours. Mine are in the truck. That's what happens when we lose weight. Gloves get bigger. Clothes get bigger.
These are man gloves. I need girl gloves.
The world gets much smaller. Here, you hold that.
There you go.
Just keep walking. And she's in the next county. Okay, so really important before we raise the stabilizer jacks, which aren't completely holding the trailer, you always want to make sure that you're still chalked and that the trailer's not going to go anywhere. So we're good there because we do have a little bit of a hill back here. So we don't want that ending up on YouTube that we lost our trailer. This is a drill, this is a drill.
Black & Decker.
Black & Decker.
Shout out.
With our socket head on there, which is much easier than cranking this by hand.
Oh my goodness.
We had to do that a couple times on our pop-up before we got smart.
Good?
Let's see if it goes up any farther. There you go.
Oh
All right, now we're gonna do 3 more. All right, all 4 stabilizer jacks are up. So then the next thing that we need to do is hook the truck up to the trailer.
Oh, I've got the couch things in there.
So we're going to get ready to back the truck up.
So we'll unhook Millie before you do that.
So it's not a scene out of Vacation?
Look, I tied him to the rear bumper when I was packing the car.
No animals have been harmed.
In the making of this video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except for maybe that.
There you go. So just a double check here. We have that anti-sway bar on and it's locked. Tongue is locked to the hitch. Chains are on. And then anti-sway bar is on. Chain is locked. Double check this again so we don't lose it. And the lights are on. Battery's connected. Get our trusty block of wood. And then we'll put the mat in. She's gonna put the cord away. Then the last thing we're gonna get ready to do is pull it off of the blocks. And then we will do our last walk around. Come on, get up, Jackson. Get up.
Come on, girl.
Go, Millie. 1,
Hi, Jess.
2.
Here they are. Good girls. Okay, well, we're almost done. I checked all around the campsite to make sure we didn't leave any trash and that we collected all our belongings. And now I'm just waiting for Chris to do one more check and we're going to be off heading home.
Trish brings up an excellent point. Leave the site better than you found it. We have been to a couple of sites that we get there and there's a bunch of stuff in the fire pit, trash and who knows what.
Yeah.
And the camp host maybe didn't make it there yet. So always leave the site better than you found it. And you might be surprised, you might find your keys or a glove or a children's toy or something, a missing child. Don't want to do that. So we are ready to head to the dump station, but because we've been here 4 days and we're a little punchy and tired, we want to make sure one last very important thing, that Millie is not hooked up to the back of the truck. So Millie is in the truck.
Yes, she is. Yes, probably not a good idea to.
We don't want to be a Chevy Chase and
tie the dogs to the bumper.
Vacation. All right. All right, we made it back home. Operation Carter Lake was a success. We're now going to unload, but we won't bore you with those details. So I'm Chris.
I'm Trish.
Thank you for Live, Laugh, Love RVing, our channel. Subscribe down in the lower right-hand corner. Like if you wouldn't mind doing so. And please leave some comments. We want to see what you have to say, what questions you have, and what you can learn from us. So until our next trip in 2 weeks, we out.